Hey you guys, I'm back with another video. Don't mind my background noise, but I was like, today I need to make a video on this, basically of Jessie Woo and Storytime with Rikki. She's like really famous on TikTok. Her TikTok took off with literally her alleging like all the Love is Blind tea from the past seasons, and she went viral this season because she broke the Tyler tea, which I'm kind of skeptical about, because I'm just like, am I the only one who still has faith in Ashley and Tyler? Like, am I the only one that thinks that Tyler's not a liar, actually, and that the people who keep on spilling this tea at this point is just coming off as jealousy? Why we keep spilling tea? And I just want to come, like, the way how all this tea of like Tyler allegedly is coming, and like Tyler and Ashley relationship on TV is coming at me. I'm like, this has me working like a journalism major now. Like, I feel like that I'm majoring in journalism. I'm just like, the way how I'm doing videos back to back on this season, because this season is so dramatic. And I think that the reason why like this season, what made this season super dramatic and like what made some of these castmates get a big following is the tea that's coming out on social media. It's the big like burst out fights that people are starting. Like, this is crazy. But I'm gonna be talking about, so last night Storytime with Rikki and Jessie Woo came together with, I think, Daeshon, who was like explaining her part of the story about the situation with Tyler, like the gay baby mama, the lesbian girl who was speaking out. I don't know too much of, like, I do know what's going on, but I'm just like, I do not have the energy to go really in depth and do my research about this whole situation and really like see like who's right and who's wrong, who's lying, because I'm just like, that's just so much me. It's a lot. Like, I literally cannot retain, I have bad reading comprehension, and I just cannot retain so much information to kind of just say like, oh, like Tyler is a liar, or oh, like I'm actually like the baby mama is a liar. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, I'm super confused on like what is going on. And so basically Jessie Woo, I'm gonna get into like my reaction basically to like Jessie Woo and Storytime with Rikki's video that they did basically on like Tyler and like the baby mama finally coming out with like the 3 kids, and like and Jessie Woo and Storytime with Rikki interviewing Daeshon, and basically like Daeshon coming out with like so much tea. Like, I think this girl, she literally spilled so much tea to the point where like Storytime with Rikki, like if you watch the videos, Daeshon like was dropping all this tea like flies. And you had Jessie Woo and Storytime with Rikki shocked to their stomachs. I mean, just their facial expressions was everything. Like, just Jessie Woo having like such a surprised face was everything. Rikki having a shocked face, like she couldn't even get herself together when I was watching this. And I'm just here to say that like after I saw this video, I was just like, okay, this might make me believe the baby mama, but Tyler didn't speak out, so I still need more information. Like, I still need more information on Tyler's side, because I'm just like, Tyler and Ashley look so good on television. So I'm just like, why are we still making podcasts about this alleged tea? I'm just like, let it go, y'all. At this point, it's like, I don't know, but I don't know why, but I think I also watched I don't know if you guys follow his channel, but his name is Little Black Book or Little Black Boy like 91, something like that. He's a guy and he likes to play devil's advocate a lot. I'm not trying to like put any bash, but like he plays a lot of devil's advocate when it comes to like his opinions on this show. But I think his YouTube channel name is like Little Black Boy, and I was reading into a little bit of his podcast last night. I didn't finish his podcast, which I'm about to watch tonight, and he was saying how like, I think Daeshon, like the reason why she kind of spoke out about this and reached out to Rikki was because she saw that like Tyler was on television and she wanted to be a part of this because it was on TV. And honestly, I'm kind of starting to think that like this whole situation is like a publicity stunt, because I'm just like, I even follow this one TikTok creator, and she was like saying that like the reason she was like, why are people defending Tyler and Ashley so much, including me, when they decided to go on a TV where millions of people are going to be watching their storyline and basically like be like calling them out on stuff that like they don't like. And then she was like, of course people are going to be having their own opinion because they literally expose themselves to millions of people. And I kind of have to agree with her, because I'm just like, literally, like, a lot of people will put themselves into a situation where they're making a show in front of millions of people. Then they will literally be upset when they see people literally like having critical opinions about how they are acting on this show. And I feel like that if like Tyler wanted to be safe, I don't think he should have applied to the show. Like, because I'm like, see, for me, like, I could take the heat. But I'm just like, if you can't take the heat, and like, you know that like you were kind of in some situation where it's not really your fault, but it could be slightly your fault, like this much, like who I believe like where Tyler is at with the situation, I'm just like, you never really want to go on a reality show where you're literally showing yourself to millions of people, and they could literally like have opinions about you, be critical, and it could literally mess up your mental health, because now you put yourself out there for millions of people to see. And I think it goes to show with like, even like being like careful with what you post. Like, if you post something that's like kind of just like very controversial, like people will have an opinion, people could cancel you, like people could literally have a negative reaction to you where it could bring you down mentally, because I have experience from that before as a content creator myself. But like with this whole tea, I think that everyone is trying to be a part of this whole publicity stunt with Tyler, and they're trying to, I think the reason why people are spilling so much tea about Tyler, because like they're trying to make a scene on this show, they are trying to make a name for themselves out of this show, they want the portion of Tyler's fame. I think, like, I'm hearing this situation, I'm just like, I don't really know. And I'm like, the reason why I don't really believe the situation fully, like the way how people are explaining the situation, when I was watching this video with Storytime with Rikki and Jessie Woo, I was just like, I think there's more to the story. I think Tyler needs to kind of like speak up. I think there's more to the story when it comes to Tyler and Ashley. I'm just like, I was looking at Ashley's social media, and she literally seems happy with Tyler. Like, even yesterday she was posting a TikTok, and it was literally like all it was about was just her talking about like some makeup suggestions, like, and like you had a few comments being like, hey, like, can you actually talk about like Tyler and the 3 kids? Like, talk about them kids, talk about Tyler. We need to know what's happening with Tyler. And she just made a video like, oh, if you guys want to know about like my makeup routine, like comment down below for any suggestions. I think that's what she said. And you had people being like, no, like, we need to know the real tea. Like, so it's just like Ashley seems so unbothered by this, and she seems to be defending herself pretty well. Like, she seems to be defending herself very, very well by this. I think she's like taking the heat very well. And I think that Ashley is so unbothered that, like, I think Ashley and Tyler, even what just came out with like on Jessie Woo's podcast and like on Jessie Woo's channel, I think that still like Ashley and Tyler are going to still work through this. I think either Ashley and Tyler are going to work through this, or that the story is twisted, and like these people who are behind the situation are twisting the story, are mismatching words together, are replacing words, are reversing things in this story. And I just like, I'm just like, why didn't Ashley like kind of speak on this then? I mean, I think it might be an NDA, but unless Ashley speaks on this after the reunion drops, and she says, you know what, I'm actually kind of like done with Tyler, or like because it seems like that tomorrow she will marry Tyler, which I'm honestly here for as well. Like, I will support that as well, like as a viewer. But I'm just saying that, like, the only way I could be proved wrong if Ashley gets up on here on social media and speaks to and speaks on her Instagram and be like, you know what, so yeah, the thing with Tyler, like, you know what, me and Tyler are officially done. I found this out based on basically of like what came out on like Jessie Woo and Storytime with Rikki speaking with each other. Like, I just saw like this tea has been flowing, and I just found out some new stuff, so I'm done with Tyler. Like, if she kind of says something like that, then I'm like, okay, you know what, I like, damn, like I was wrong. Because I'm like, I still think that even with all of this tea coming out, like the podcast, yes, that was a big shocker to me, but I still think that Tyler and Ashley will overcome this. Because I'm just like, this has to be a little bit of a publicity stunt. Because I'm just like, people will do this where like they want to be part of the drama to get that portion of fame, to get that portion of like, even like, if you think of capitalism, people are trying to like kind of like profit off of this. And like, even if you watch the beginning of Jessie Woo and podcast with Storytime with Rikki, I think she was already saying, like, one girl was, like, already lying, like, on a TikTok about, like, the situation. She was like, why is she lying? Like, just kind of mess up my program now, whatever. So it's like this whole, like, what I saw last night on their channel, I'm like, this is kind of shocking to me. Like, it did, like, I was shocked. I was like, my jaw dropped as well, but I'm just like, I still think that Ashley and Tyler are going to work through this. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, even Jessie was saying that, like, when the baby mama was speaking about this whole situation, she was even saying, like, hey, like, why is she even like, she doesn't even need to come out with this. Like, why is she coming out with this? Like, what's the reason? What is the, it's giving that you want to be part of the drama. Like, cause then she's like, cause then when she says, like, oh, like, I'm not trying to be famous. Like, when the baby mama spoke out, yesterday or like a few days ago, she was like, I'm not trying to, like, you know, I'm a very shy and quiet person. So, like, me even doing this is, sorry you guys, I had to step out real quick, but I'm literally back. I just want to say, like, yeah, like, I feel like that the baby mama is, like, basically, she was using Ashley for clout. Like, I mean, not Ashley, she was using Tyler. Like, feel like that she's trying to a little bit be a part of the situation just so that she could get that fame too. And I think everybody who is just dropping this tea about Tyler, they want to be a part of Tyler's show. They want to be a part of Love is Blind, because let's not forget, like, season 1, literally, like, there was no, like, I had a conversation with a TikTok creator on, like, TikTok Live, and she was basically saying that, like, if you look back at season 1, there was no allegations of people coming out. All of a sudden, when they found out, like, no one was gonna know how big season 1 of Love is Blind was gonna get. So there was no allegations of people coming out until, I think, the guy who was with Jessica, there was allegations about him, but that was, like, literally way later to the show. So when people saw, like, how famous the show got, they started, like, dropping tea on people, like, season after season, so that they could be part of the drama. They wanted to, like, and I'm just like, okay, if you're gonna spill some tea about Tyler, why don't you resolve the issue in private, but, like, instead of, like, you know, blasting out and, like, telling people, like, Storytime with Rikki. No offense to Storytime with Rikki, because Storytime with Rikki, I love her channel, but I'm just like, see, for me, if I'm going through a situation with somebody and, like, I see them on a reality show, I'm not gonna really put them on blast on public. Like, why do people put other people who go on reality shows on public? Like, they are already getting enough attention from the reality. So for you to even, like, put a negative light towards them on reality television, it's just diabolical. And I'm just like, I feel like that there's some twisted stuff around this, and I honestly don't like how, like, whoever came up with this tea blasted Tyler publicly. I think that whoever wanted to come up with this tea should have resolved this issue with Tyler and Ashley privately before the show. Like, I feel like that this should have been resolved behind the show. This should have not been resolved when the show was on public airing. Like, maybe address it while, like, yeah, he's on the show, but don't put it on social media. And I'm just like, why do people have to put stuff on social media to call people out? Like, I would never do that. Like, if I see, like, one of my friends were on a reality show and, like, I had some altercation with them, or, like, even, like, a guy, like, I was, like, their ex and, like, I had some altercation with them, I will never put them on blast. Like, if anything, if it's like that, if it's gonna hurt me that much, I'ma address it, but, like, I'ma address it off public. Cause why do I need to bring attention? Like, I could just have a normal conversation with the person who is on the show if I feel some type of way about, like, what the person did to go on the show, and be like, hey, like, for example, if I was the person who was spilling tea about Tyler, I'd be like, hey, so, like, about the kids, like, yeah, I see you're on this reality show, like, are you gonna visit the kids? Like, you haven't seen the kids. I would not put this guy, like, I would not put myself on blast. I would not put myself in front of a public eye too, because then that just puts me in a chance to either get hate myself, especially if I want a private life. Like, don't y'all want a private life? Like, why do you guys put yourself in these predicaments? But honestly, I think after watching, like, the whole Jessie Woo and Storytime with Rikki podcast, I honestly think that, like, everybody who's spilling this tea is kind of on to something. I feel like that people who are spilling all this tea and come and just, like, every single day speaking out about Tyler on Instagram threads, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok, they either are doing this out of jealousy, or it's, like, out of concern, or they're trying to create something negative, which is kind of, like, fun for them to, like, be entertained by with all, like, the drama. They want to be entertained by the drama, and I guess it's coming from a fact that, like, we are not seeing enough drama in this season maybe, and they're trying to create more drama outside of this show. I don't know, but there was already enough drama on this show with the other 4 couples, so I'm just like, I don't know, but this this is super dramatic, like so dramatic. Like I honestly don't know. Cause I'm just like, I cannot fathom, just like every single day there is somebody speaking out about Tyler, and like now we had Daeshon just speaking out, spilling boiling hot tea on Jessie Woo's channel. And then you had story time with Rikki being shocked, like they were just spilling. And I'm just like, I don't know. This seems like a little bit like, was this really necessary? Like, I don't know. Like, we already kind of know some stuff. I'm like, okay, it's giving that, like, if Ashley and Tyler are happy, I think we just have to let them be happy as a whole, because I'm just like, it seems like that Ashley is just unbothered a little bit. I honestly don't know, but this podcast, like this whole video that I watched with Jessie Woo and Rikki, like it really surprised me. My jaw was dropping. I mean, like what the girl went through was crazy, and I'm just like, there has to be more to the story. There also has to be more to Tyler's story as well. I'm just like, she better not be making this up. Like, this better not be made up. Like, the girl who spoke on the video, she better not have made this up. I don't know. I have a feeling about that, because I'm just like, you know, some people, they will try to like make up lies and like try to twist stuff so that like they can make it seem quote unquote true to get that attention, to get that fame on screen, on television. So it's just like, I mean, not on television, but like, you know, on social media, you know, to get that following. I don't know. Did she do this to like help her YouTube channel? I don't know. I mean, I believe her, but I'm just like, there could be also like a 15% chance like this may be like misconstrued or like just not really the full truth. So I honestly don't know. Comment down below what you guys think on this whole video, just on this whole like video that like Jessie Woo and Rikki made. Do you think like this changed your way of how, like, what you thought about what is it, Tyler? And also I want to make another video about Nick D, about some tea that I saw about Nick D. I have so much tea to spill on this channel, so make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm here to be spreading more and more tea, more alleged stuff that's going around the loop and stuff like that. But I'll see you in my next video.